Hello everybody, welcome back. Today is going to be a video on how to recreate the practical magic outfits. I actually already filmed this video in my room and I meant to get it out for you guys on Halloween, but unfortunately the quality just wasn't up to my standards, to be honest. I wanted to give you guys the best quality possible. That's why I'm sitting here in my car. So thanks for bearing with me there. Before we even start, I just want to do a disclaimer that this isn't actually like a total recreation of their outfits, because on film sets and on TV sets, what they typically do is they will actually fit all the clothing to the actor's measurements. So that's why everything looks so good on them. A lot of the time costume designers will actually create the outfits themselves and then they'll also do it to the actor's measurements. So it's actually really difficult to find the exact pieces because sometimes they don't even exist or only a few of them exist. So what I've done is I've just done a lot of research online and I've looked at different websites and kind of what I think is the closest match to an outfit. So this first outfit is probably like the most casual outfit. I found a lot of really great top options on Dion, which is a designer brand website. It is definitely on the more expensive side. So I also found an article that was actually talking about this specific top that mentioned this Gap top that is a lot cheaper. So it kind of depends what vibe you want. I would say this top is actually a little bit more summery now. So I would love to get one of these other tops for the summer, but I think for right now, if I was trying to recreate this outfit and make it more like wintry fall, I'd probably just get the cheaper Gap option. This website's actually really good for a lot of similar styles to the practical magic outfit, so I would check it out. And for a lot of these outfits, I'm probably gonna go with classic Levi's. I've tried on a lot of different jean pairs and I find vintage Levi's and new Levi's are personally my favorite jean and what fits me best. Everybody has their own thing, so obviously switch it out for whatever jean you like. What Levi I would specifically recommend for this look is the 90s jeans, obviously preferably vintage. I actually have a vintage pair of Levi jeans that look a lot like this and they're actually called 725 Originals. For the longest time I thought they were like the old Walmart brand, but they're actually Levi's. They just used to have, I guess, like a brand tag called 725 Originals. They have some currently on their website that are called the 90s jeans. There's a few different types, but they all say 90s jeans, and those would be my best recommendation for this look. I'm not going to go into shoes too much on this video, but I will give you guys like some ideas or what I would do with it. For this outfit, we actually do see her shoes at one point, but for a lot of outfits we don't. I believe she's just wearing like cowboy style boots underneath the jeans, but they don't leave like a mark on her leg. So what I would do is like an ankle boot. So for the next outfit, this sweater is really hard to find new. I would also recommend thrifting this sweater. For a lot of these outfits, obviously it'd be great to look at the thrift stores first, but the whole point is I want to give you guys options that you can actually get right away. To get it new, I would look up Eddie Brower, LL Bean, Roots, and like Walmart, like some department stores. Walmart's big in Canada. I don't really know what's big around the rest of the world. Maybe like I'm trying to think, like a Walgreens. I don't know. That shows like how little I know about the States and like what people buy. Target, maybe. Like it's definitely a Nordic style sweater, but it's a more vintagey kind of look nowadays. If you watch movies like When Harry Met Sally and all the classic 90s rom-coms, these sweaters were pretty popular and they are coming back in style, but they are harder to find. I would also recommend sizing down from your usual size. So for example, I'm a size medium typically, in sweaters especially, so I'd probably size down to a small just to get that like closer fit look that she has going on here. If I were to look for this on Depop or something, I would use the search term 90s and Nordic just to find this kind of sweater style. Obviously you're never going to find the exact one, but what you can do is find something similar. Roots actually has an option that I find pretty similar and would be cute for like a Christmas sweater. So this one is the classic one that everybody loves, everybody thinks of when they think of practical magic, especially Nicole Kidman. And this one is definitely the most difficult to find. Not a lot exists like it. I feel like with this one, I've added some options that are very similar and they're in like the similar whimsy goth style. That's what a lot of people would call this kind of style for the whole movie. The search terms I would use if you're trying to find like the vintage look or even just searching it online would be Gillian Owens, which is her character, 90s obviously, whimsigoth. One thing I'd really pay attention to if you're trying to get a dress that's very similar to this look is the texture. I find texture is always what makes something look kind of like cheap or like not accurate to the style you're trying to recreate. For example, one of the dresses I've chosen here does look a lot like it, but it's not, I believe it's not that velvet texture, and I think the velvet texture here is really key. I know a lot of people who sew online also sew these dresses. I've seen a few on Instagram, so you could also go that route if you really want like an exact replica. Obviously you're just probably paying a little bit more for that. This outfit was actually surprisingly challenging to find and gone with my own vibe for it. I actually found a lot of skirts like this at Plato's Closet about a year ago. I went recently and didn't find as many. Plato's Closet is a big thrift store. I know it's big in the States, and there is one here in the Lower Mainland. If you're in the Lower Mainland, it's in Abbotsford. I feel like this look is very like 90s American TV show style. These sunglasses are also really cute, and I found a few different options. I also found this Princess Polly option just because I know me personally, I can't always pull off the smaller sunglasses frame. So this Princess Polly one is very similar, but it's kind of got like a larger frame to it that I think would be more flattering on my face shape at least. Obviously, you know what's the most flattering on your shape. So for this look, I would go kind of with a more like brownie option and pair it together. I would pair it with some of the skirts from the last outfit. I would definitely play more into the browns. This one is interesting because I'm actually not too sure if it's a slip or not. At one point, it seems like it is when you're watching the movie, but then she is wearing it out. So I'm not really too sure what's going on with this one, like if it's a slip or not. Obviously, it's a slip style dress, so you can go that direction anyways. I've gone for some options that are a lot more accurate to what she's wearing. I've gone for some that are a bit more the same vibe, but not the exact same style. I found a cardigan that looks exactly like the one she's wearing, but it's not my personal favorite, nor would it be the coloring that I would wear on myself. So I found this darker brown option. I think it would be better for me personally, and I would wear more often overall. Like I wouldn't just wear once. I would say this outfit is the other most iconic outfit in the whole movie. You could really go for any graphic tee that you wanted. I know Princess Polly has a lot of really cute tight graphic tees. I would just recommend going for a tighter graphic tee and keeping the silhouette of the outfit. That's another thing that I would mention. I think the two biggest things when you're trying to recreate outfits is making sure you're paying attention to the textures and the silhouette. If you're just using it for inspiration, who cares? But if you want to really try to recreate the outfit, that's the two things I pay attention to. And then for the cutoff shorts, I found some Levi's again, but obviously you could go to any thrift store and cut them yourself, or you could go to a vintage reseller. There's lots of options with that. There's one shot where you can see that she's wearing the Hunter dark green rain boots, and those are actually a really cute detail. I think that makes this outfit so much more fun and so much more fall. Obviously, this would be a more like warm fall outfit because right now it's closer to the end of fall and it would be very cold in this outfit. But you could also like wear a pair of tights with it, or you could wear jeans with it instead. Like there's a lot you could do with this outfit. I think I would just make sure to pick a top that goes well with the dark green boots, or switch out the color, just because I think the contrasting colors in this outfit is really fun. This Princess Polly dress is the closest that I could find to this look. I also added this one in as an honorable mention just because it's so cute. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to actually recreate these outfits when I get the chance, but obviously it's kind of not fall anymore. Thank you guys for bearing with me. It has been a while since I posted, but I'm going to try to go back to regular scheduled posting. I really love doing these kind of videos, so I'm definitely going to try to do more of them. Let me know what you think and give me some ideas on what TV shows and movies you'd love to see. I'll see you guys next time.